Hey everyone, Matthew here. With it being Men's Mental Health Week coming up, I wanted to jump on and do a little video about men's suicide and why I feel so many men are feeling like they're in the same position. And it's something that I haven't really spoken about online, but 6 years ago, unfortunately, my brother decided to leave planet. And I know a lot of men, around 1,700 a week, are deciding to do the same thing. It's something that's very, very close to my heart, not only just because I lost my brother, but actually because it's something that I've experienced for a huge amount of time in my life. For a long period of time, I can remember even as early as 7, 8 years old, having the feeling that I didn't want to be here anymore. I didn't see that my life would turn out in a way that I wanted it to, which is pretty scary when you look at something or somebody that's that young. But when we look about how children grow and how children perceive the world, usually by the age of 7 years old, we've already decided exactly how our life is going to pan out, based on the experience of what we've experienced up until that point. For those that have experienced a good, positive, loving kind of experience, they generally go on to expand that throughout their life. But for those that haven't received that, we tend to assume that that's how life's always going to be. If we haven't been particularly confident at school, if we haven't done well, if we weren't the popular kid, we assume that actually, because that's been our experience up to now, that that's how things are always going to be. But that's not true, and we can reverse things that have happened to us on a mental and an emotional level, so that we can move on from them and actually create the life that we dream of. For me, very much a lot of my early life, I was told things like, you're an idiot, and why can't you be more like your brother? No one's ever going to love you. And this led to really, really low self-esteem, the feeling of not wanting to be here anymore. I felt as though if my own mother couldn't love me, then nobody could. And went throughout my life in just like a survival mode. And I became acutely aware at about the age of 10 that I realised I didn't want to die. What was this feeling of not wanting to be here anymore? And what is the difference? And for me, it was kind of looking at the reason I didn't feel as though I didn't want to be here anymore is that if life continued the way that it was, I'm not sure I could have coped. I'm not sure I would be able to live a happy life and to thrive as opposed to survive. Fortunately for me, the difference between my brother and I is that I actually found a tool that is massively effective in changing your emotional state, but also it helps you to process what's happened to you in a mental and an emotional way, and come to terms with it on a much deeper level. Because, as I've said in some of my previous videos, we're not taught how to feel our emotions and how to process our emotions in an appropriate way, and so therefore they just build up and build up and build up, and we're just feeling all of these things. And when things mount up, they become too much, and the pressure can get to us, and emotions can start leaking out all over the place, and we seem to have absolutely no control over them. But the truth is, there are tools out there that can help you change how you feel. Tools that can help you come to terms with what's happened to you. Tools that help you understand what that person or the place or space that person was in when they were abusing you, which caused you to feel the way that you felt. And what I realised for me on my personal journey is when I started dealing with all these feelings of not wanting to be here, all of the anger, all of the sadness, all of the scared, all of these different emotions that I kind of suppressed as a child, because we're not taught how to feel them in the moment and how to let them go. The good feelings either. So it was effectively numbing him out, and I decided that just wasn't an option for me. I didn't want to go down that route, and so I chose to look at different avenues, look at lots of different therapies, talk therapies, anger management, all of these different things. And eventually I found a tool that completely changed how I felt. It helped me to come to terms with what had happened to me and understand what happened to me. And then what it helped me to do is move forwards from that, which is the most important bit. I went from living a life of why is this happening to me? Why do I keep attracting the same experiences? Why am I not succeeding in the way that I know I'm capable? And it's because of all the stuff going on behind the background. It's all of those things, it's all of those decisions I made when I was a young child, that this is how life's always going to be. And so I was able to find the tool of Breath for Life breathwork, which is a subconscious connected breathwork. It's what I do now. It had such an impact on my life that I've never wanted to do anything else since. To help people change their lives and to help people do the work that they need to do to completely change their experience. There's nothing better, and it's why I love doing what I do. And so for me, the process of healing is not always about just forgiving and forgetting and moving forwards. These are just the things that we tell ourselves. We tell ourselves that time is a healer and we've just got to move on and we've just got to come to terms with it. And actually that's not true. And if we have that opinion, unfortunately, it's not going to work. With a full healing process, we need to go through what I would call the shit and the grit to get to the love and the light. And it's that we don't just look at our physical injuries and cover them up and hope that they'll be okay. We deal with them. If there's a wound, we clean it out, we put a bandage over it, and it heals naturally. And we're the same with our emotions. We need to go through all of the things that we felt. And there was a part of me that was hugely angry about the experience that I had experienced. And my mind didn't understand how people could abuse people in the way that they were. It didn't make sense to me. When the mind doesn't understand something that's happened to us, generally it tries to rationalise what's happened. But then we just start telling ourselves rational lies, and we often go down the route of self-blame. Well, it must have been something I did, must have been something I said. We don't have that level of intelligence to work through it and actually go, that person only treated me the way that they did because of how they feel about themselves. And if somebody can't love you, it's not you, it's them. If somebody's not able to love themselves, how can they possibly love anybody else? Truly, in an unconditional way. And the process of going through my own trauma and understanding it and understanding where it comes from, the many different stages to that, the first gaining the realization around what happened, and then gaining the realization around why it happened, and all of these things, and being able to release those emotions, of which there was a lot of stuff there for me. I was a ticking time bomb. I was so angry as a 2, 3, 5, 7-year-old child. I couldn't understand how another human being couldn't love their own offspring, and how, for me, that motherly love, that to me felt as though it should be an absolute given, and it's not something that I experienced. But when I realised that actually that person was in so much pain themselves that they couldn't even see past that, let alone anything else or looking into their behaviours, it made me realise that actually I wasn't the problem. And that was the biggest thing for me, because I always felt as though I was broken. I always felt as though I was not good enough. And it didn't matter how many people told me that I was a nice person and I was really good and I was loved and all of that. It just didn't matter to me. It didn't hit home. It's like their words had no meaning, because underneath what I felt was that I couldn't be loved and that I was broken. Throughout my journey of going through therapies, the talk therapies were great with some of the understanding, but really what would class as the biggest leap I've ever made in therapy or on my mental health journey was with transmuting all of the feelings that I've never felt. And this comes from just not being educated on emotions. We're taught subjects at school, but we're not taught life skills. And I think it's really important for us to actually acknowledge where we're not teaching children some of the things that we really should be teaching them. Some of the things that you and I both wish that we were taught at school. And for me, the mental health side of things is paramount, because if we can come to understand what's happened to us and be able to release some of the emotions underneath, which are probably causing some physical and mental pathologies, by the way, we're actually able to move forwards from them. And whether it's anxiety, depression, suicidal thoughts, feelings, whatever it is, we are capable of reversing these. I've seen it time and time again with my clients. I've seen it with myself. I'm living proof. The only difference between me and my brother is my brother didn't believe in what I do. And the reason for that is because it's not on the NHS. And he said if it worked, the doctors would prescribe it. And the truth is, it does work. And in the future, doctors will be prescribing things like these, because people like myself and many, many people across the world are shouting as loud as they can about processes like this and how they've changed their lives. And if you're sat there and you're watching this video and you think, actually, that's me, and I have those feelings, I have those thoughts, it's kind of like, know that there are things out there that can change your life, that can change how you feel. And don't give up, just keep going. But I say that not in the way that most people do, where it's like, oh, you've just got to keep going and it will get better. No, you have to keep going and actively seek out things that will help you improve your mental and emotional health.